What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed, and welcome back to Your Pop, Your Pursuit of Purpose. And today we'll be talking about Zomedica, ticker symbol ZOM. But remember, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before putting money into the stock market. Again, this is a lower cap company, so it is a higher risk, but potentially higher reward. So we'll get right to it. But before I do so, if you are interested in buying companies, again, in the pre-market or the aftermarket, please feel free to use my link below for Webull. You get 4 free stocks if you deposit $100, and it does help out the channel quite a bit. So thank you so much, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So Zomedica. Today, the Motley Fool came out with an article because it looks like the stock had somewhat of a little bit of a rise throughout the day, and they were trying to, kind of figure out what is causing a stock to rise. And the Motley Fool, Yahoo Finance, oftentimes do this. So some of them my daily reads, if you will. But it looks like Zomedica struck a deal with Miller Veterinary Supply, which is, again, it's a distributor for veterinary supplies. And when I think about that for a second, if they have a deal and they have a distributor that is willing to send their product from point A to point B, from the distribution center to different veterinarian clinics, different areas that are potentially going to be using this in their practice, mostly vet clinics, of course, and private vet clinics. This is pretty exciting. That is the first step to ensure, successful product launch come end of Q1 on March 30th. So the wholesale veterinary distributor will work with Zomedica's Salesforce, to drive sales for Truforma in the eastern region of the United States. We talked about this. They're going to do a soft launch because they don't want to get, bombarded, especially currently during the pandemic. It's not probably the best idea for their product line and their product. Doing something like a soft launch, which is basically, again, selling a little at a time first, see how the product does, and see, get customer feedback, customers being the vet clinics, see how the product does, and then from there expand your sales and expand your target market. So I think this is fantastic news, guys. This is the first step, again, to successful product launch. Get a distributor on your side that is willing to send your product out, especially a distributor that is reputable. Miller Veterinary Supplies. So Yahoo Finance talked about Miller is one of the veterinary industry's fastest growing businesses. Again, very strong track record. I looked into the company. Looks like they're a very good distributor, and it was established back in 1920, and now is the oldest wholesale veterinary distributor in the United States. That's pretty important, because it could have just been they just wanted to get someone on their team, so they looked for something more half-assed. But Zomedica, again, they're looking at the future. They're looking because animal care, animal health care is something that is going to be expanding and growing, and we learned about that during the pandemic because of pet adoption rates and just the rates at which people have pets now in each household relative to what they were even a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's expanding because people are realizing pets are a great thing to have because they're a great part of the family. They all have different personalities, etc. Don't want to go off on a tangent. I personally don't have any pets, but if you do, I love it. They're all adorable. But again, this is for cats and dogs. We have to remember that. That's what the point of care test is for. So I want to look at the price action. We talked about this one way back when it was around the 40-cent mark, guys, beginning of January. It's been a few weeks since then. We saw it run up to $1.30, came kind of back down at the dollar range and been consolidating. But we did see a little bit of a pullback at the end of last week on Friday at market close. But since then, about 96 cents. Since then, we did see it run up about 11% today and consolidate around 102 and aftermarket 104. That's pretty exciting. We're finding support somewhere around the $1 range. And again, as these small little catalysts come out, more and more people will start eyeing Zomedica. So I think what that means is we're going to see price action continue to move up until the date of the release of Truforma. And guys, always play these kind of things whenever news is to come. So right now it's not official news, but again, it's kind of starting to break out. But when the official news launches, headlines say Yahoo Finance or Motley Fool, whatever, these financial type reads that people like to look at on a day-to-day basis. When it says Truforma launches come March, a lot of people might start eyeing it and say, what is this product? How much is it? What's it worth? And that's when we're going to start noticing people are going to potentially be buying in. But at the same token, in the same time, remember, a lot of people will be taking profits, right? People will take profits, especially for those who are early adopters. Now, if you are too, watching this video, I'm sure you're probably in on display. And if not, maybe something you considered or considering when you see a pullback. But when you think about that, be wise, be very careful, because realize, again, we could sell the news and rebuy it after the Truforma launches, and then we see the next quarter earnings. And I'll talk about the timing for Zomedica. They're brilliant because they are going to start their product launch on the 30th of March, pretty much the last day of Q1, guys. Think about that for a quick second. So that means Q2, come day one of Q2, they'll have hopefully some products starting to go out, produced at the distributor, Miller Vet. They're sending it to all these different vet clinics in the eastern side of the US. And then we're going to see their end of Q2, we'll see their earnings. What's going to happen? If Truforma does well, vets like it, word of mouth, other vets are going to start wanting to know more about it. They're going to want the product at their clinics because they're like, wow, this is efficient. This is a good product relative to the standards of care. And then we see more and more adoption. Come Q2 earnings, significant price action and increase in their revenues, what's going to happen in turn? The stock value is going to go up. Wall Street will start eyeing and say, hey, this actually might have a strong place in the future. Increase in stock trading volume, which will increase the stock's price. So let's remember that, guys. Always invest carefully. Again, Zomedica, everything I say on this channel is not financial advice, guys. But I just want to put you guys on the plays that I am in, where I am putting my own money, because again, I think that these have some strong potential. Do your own deep dive. Do your own due diligence. My favorite letters after entering this whole internet space is the letters DD. DD, a deep dive, due diligence. Both are DD. Make sure you do it before you put your money into any stock, because this is your money. Don't play with your money unless you think, again, you see the potential that I do. And if so be it. Go for it. But I don't want to, I get excited oftentimes on my channel, but I don't want to get overly excited. But guys, again, there's some real strong potential with Zomedica. I'm excited to see what it has in the near future. So please follow along, follow the journey. Again, just since the end of 2020, guys, it's more than 10x. You see that? 1,200% up since October. So significant price action. I love seeing it. Love to see where it's going to go in the future. Currently about to hit the $1 billion market cap. I hope to see that soon. But after that, I want to see more milestones, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. So hopefully we'll see it go to $2, $3. Who knows, right? But I think the final destination for Zomedica, in my opinion, is going to be the moon. So as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. The love and support you have been showing is unconditional and unmatched on the YouTube space. So I appreciate every single one of you. Please go ahead and join the Discord if you haven't. And until next time, keep investing.